Going into this episode, I thought it would feel like the regular show episode prankless, but it actually takes a different type of turn. As said in the episode, it seems that Josh likes to prank people and that there's going to be a prank war. Okay. Yeah, I can see he's trying to cling on to his youth. The little JG guy. And why exactly would he pre-order Crossfire or something? Is it like a good game? But apparently Emily says that they've outgrown pranks, but Josh is like, no, we could still have this prank war and stuff. And he tries his best to do that, all the pranks and stuff, but ultimately fails, losing his touch. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen plays in this episode, which is just the frosting on the cake. Not to mention the times when he does do the pranks, Josh kind of like has this reaction. Not to mention what he did with Candace was adorable. I mean, Joshy boy. I do feel bad for him because when he's trying to prank Emily in the car, he gets hurt badly. And, I don't know what to say to that. Poor Joshy boy. And I think kind of doing that comedy thing when Emily and Bridget are performing was a little bit too much. And why would you do that? I know you're trying to do pranks, man, but why would you interfere with their performance? That's a point off. And the snakes ate people! Yeah, the prank was with snakes and I think they ate the people inside. Josh feels like he has lost his touch, but then he meets this guy that's hiding in a bush and tells him to prank those guys because apparently when he got scared when he jumped out of the bush. But when that guy sees Bridget, he like falls in love with her. Oh, great. Josh sees this as an opportunity because, well, she does look pretty. She's also divorced, so this could be his chance. However, Emily and Bridget don't take it well, and they beat the crap out of the guy, which makes him go to the hospital. And because they put this guy in a coma, they get taken to prison. Oh man, prison. And Emily's like, that's debatable when Josh says, but I'm her husband. And he's like, scared. Well, this kinda is your fault, Josh. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't really like Josh in this episode. I mean, I know he's trying to be childish and playful and doing pranks, but he literally got that guy in a coma all because he wanted to prank Emily and Bridget, and this is what happens. This is kind of your fault. Not to mention Alex has to watch Candace, and then she tricks him into getting her candy, which she isn't supposed to have, and she gets all hyper and stuff. Like, it just gets all weird. She's like a wild child. It's it's a little hilarious. Then Josh realizes that Bridget is the only thing that'll bring this guy out of a coma. And may I mention that it kind of gets really dark when Bridget and Emily are at the jail. Kind of reminds me of Cadena Cadol when Romina was in jail and how violent the prison mates were. You know where this is going. They're gonna go to the jail and they're gonna get that guy to see Bridget, and then everything's all fine and everything. Well, I don't know how to really say it, but that is how he gets out of his coma. The episode ends with one last prank. Well, I didn't know it was real until it was actually shown. I was a little bit scared because I really thought they killed off Emily, and Josh is like in tears. But Emily was the one that got Josh back. She pranked him. I think that's like revenge for getting her sent to jail. I think he got his just desserts, but still, that was a little bit too harsh. Faking your own death in front of your husband. Well, he took it just fine, and he's like, prank war is back on! To be fair, Emily, you kinda made him go back to his prank kind of mood. So, episode, it's fine, I guess. I didn't like it as much as I did with Skate Dad. It felt a little bit mean-spirited. I think the ending kind of almost ruined it for me. Like, Emily, that was really... I saw blood in Logan's Run. I do not want to see it again. I already saw it when that person stuck a fork in Bridget's hand when they were in the jail. Oh my god, this show was violent. No wonder this got a TV-14. Well, this is actually going to be different. This is going to be an Emily-centered episode. So, Cool Moms is about her not wanting to be with the lame moms, and she wants to hang out with the cool moms. One in particular, however, catches her eye. And she tries to be like, she's not like, how do I say it? She does get the attention of one person. Oh, what's her name again? Oh, hold on a second. I don't know what to say about this person. It's kind of, she's like a cool mom, and she has this daughter who's kind of rebellious and stuff. She sounds a lot like Amethyst from Steven Universe. I could be wrong. Though Emily does get to hang out with the cool mom and have a playdate later, the only downside is Josh and Alex. They're pretty much making it difficult for her to clean up the place. Josh having his mess help him with his process, and Alex is doing, I don't know, like riding on the windows. Not to mention Randy crashes his car and has to borrow Josh's. Because apparently he saw his mom sneak out with some rando guy to some place, and they need to go save her. So there's like two things going on in this episode. Some Palm Springs thing. Now keep in mind, I'm actually watching close enough to actually realize what's going on, because it's kind of hard for me to process what's really... I want to say what Josh says. Road trip, mix CDs, try meat, stopping at a scary trucks. Ah! I messed up! Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I was trying to do what Josh was doing. It just goes to show you how hard I'm trying to replicate the episode while trying to read it. Okay, let me try again. Road trip, mix CDs, dry meats, stopping at a scary truck stop late at night, talking about our feelings. What is happening? Okay, I think that sounds better. While the boys go to the desert, Emily sees this as her chance to clean up the place and have it set up. But it turns out that the cool mom isn't what she thought it was, as the kid, her kid, doesn't really like the other kid. This is hard to talk about. Why do I feel like this? Can you give me a second? Maybe it's just me, but I just really think that little girl is voiced by the same person that does Amethyst, down to the way she acts. The mom is actually the cool mom. She's not the nicest person ever. I think I found out what her name was. Her name is JoJo, and she brings homemade beer, which kind of makes it a little bit uncomfortable. Wait, why am I talking about the cool mom's plot? Let's go back to the guy's plot. Anyways, I want to just talk about the guy's plot, because this is where it kind of takes a different type of turn. Randy's just worried about his mom, and he just wants to make sure that she's alright. And he starts crying, and this pterodactyl comes to life. And no, it's not voiced by William Sailors. The pterodactyl helps them get to where they need to go. And going back to the cool mom's plot, the JoJo's saying that basically there are no rules in Europe, and she just pretty much lets her daughter do whatever, which doesn't really make Emily comfortable, but she does tell Candace to just be cool with it, because she doesn't want to ruin it with the cool moms. But does she really have to prove that she's cool? I mean, she's cool the way she is. She doesn't have to hang out with this um this but JoJo. I don't even know what to say about her. Also, did I forget to mention that there are references in this episode very similar to regular show? Like, going into more of the Cool Moms plot, there's this arm wrestling tournament which references Over the Top. Oh great, it's another reference. And there's a person wearing an I'm Excellent hat. The regular show reference right there. Just, yeah, do you see that? There's this person wearing an I'm Excellent hat. To think that they would put the Emmy Award winning episode of regular show, add that reference in there, and apparently a upside down crossbones at the Death Kwon Do. Yeah, don't think I didn't see that the first time I saw this episode. I don't really like where this is going because just when Candace is about to arm wrestle with that other girl, Emily's like, you don't have to do this, and tries to prove to Candace that she is a cool mom by arm wrestling JoJo. Anyways, going back to the guy's plot, Randy does see that his mom is actually okay, that she could take care of herself, and he was just worried about her is all, and that it's just a really heartwarming moment. Because he is the son, and even though he's a grown adult, he still cares about his mom. That's something you don't really see that often with grown adults. They still care about their moms regardless of the age. And well, Pearl does say that she is immortal. And wait a minute, does that mean that guy that was giving Pearl a massage is the dad? I'm so confused about this Palm Springs thing where the music is supposed to calm down the pain and stuff like that, soothe the nerves. Man, I wish that's something that could happen. And I know this kind of sounds odd coming from me, but they made Josh and Alex hug in this episode. And they're best friends. They're not wearing clothes! Because apparently that's supposed to be part of the Palm Springs thing. You're not supposed to wear clothes. Why do I see myself like... Okay, so let me get this straight. J.G. Quintel doesn't want Mordecai and Rigby to hug, yet he's absolutely fine with Alex and Josh hugging, regardless of them having clothes or not. I don't understand you, J.G. Why would you make Alex and Josh hug, but not make Mordecai and Rigby hug? You know, I thought maybe it's because Rigby is based off of JG's brother, Peyton, and I don't think brothers hug that much. So, okay, you dodged a bullet there, JG, but... would it kill you to just make Mordecai and Rigby hug? I mean, Blumhug! I made them hug in the alternative ending to regular show the movie. You don't have to be an Einstein to know that I make Chad and Jeremy hug as well. Anyways, Emily does prove that she's a cool mom by beating JoJo. Well, she actually broke her wrist. She did deserve it, though, for being so mean to her. And it turns out that, one of the other cool moms was actually surprised that Emily did stand up to JoJo, who terrified her. And, she's actually a much better mom than that other mom was. And Emily was surprised to be with this kind of person. You should have been with her in the beginning to begin with. She may be like a norm and stuff, but she's a really nice person. Really, really nice. And I just hope we see more of her in the future. What was her name again? Oh, okay, her name is Trish. Alright, her name is Trish. I hope I see more of Trish in the future, because I want to see this development with the two moms. Because it's an adorable relationship sort of thing. I just like the bond. You know what I really like about this episode is that hat that Candace made for Emily, and when she wears the hat, it made her actually win to prove that she was the cooler mom. Kind of like, yeah, it kind of reminds me of Playco Arm Boy, but with a hat instead. Now, there's like two subplots going on in the episode. Randy trying to save his mom, even when his mom could like stand up for herself. Well, Emily tries to prove to Candace that she's a cool mom, but in reality, she was a cool mom all along and got to hang out with a much cooler mom, not that kind of mom JoJo was, but Trish, a much kinder mom. What can I give the ratings for these episodes? Well, I think I'm gonna give Prank War. I'm a little hesitant. I don't want to be cruel to this episode, but I think a 6 out of 10 because I don't really like how Josh pranked Bridget and Emily when they were performing with the snakes and all, and not to mention those snakes ate the people inside. I know it's a joke, but come on, you know I take things seriously. 6 out of 10 for Prank War, and Cool Moms, mm, 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I'm sorry if I was stuttering. It's just I didn't really know how to feel about Prank War, and it kind of made me mess up a little bit. So with that out of the way, we got Robot Tutor, Golden Gamer, So Long Boys, Clap Like This, First Date, Snailing It, and the Canine Guy to get through. No worries, I'll get through it. Just enjoy what you got here. Laters.